start with opening comments, and then, as I said before, we will have questions. We have 2 mics on each side, so if you have a question, just please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you and say your name and affiliation, and we'll keep going. So we'll start with the visitors. Coach Drinkwitz, if you'd like to make an opening comment.
Yeah, we'd just like to start by thanking Lockheed Martin and the Armed Forces Bowl, Brant, and all of his team for making our team feel so welcome. The bowl game is about the people, and the people of Fort Worth. Miss Maddie Parker, the mayor, and all the city of Fort Worth have been extremely accommodating to our football team, to our families, to our coaching staff, to our players, and we've really had a tremendous time. We're very excited about the opportunity to play a really good football team. Coach Monken has done an outstanding job with West Point. Their players play a great style of football, and we're really honored to have the opportunity to step on the field with them. Games are defined by the worthiness of the opponent, and I can't think of a more worthy opponent to play against than the United States Army and the cadets at West Fort. And we tip our hat to you and thank you for your service, and are excited about the opportunity to compete against you tomorrow night. You know, our football team has worked really hard to get the opportunity to play in a bowl game, and I know specifically for Michael Mayetti, who has played in 56 career starts, this is the first opportunity he's had at a bowl experience, and so we're extremely proud as our team to be able to realize that goal and get to this game, and it's been a great experience so far. You know, certainly we've had a lot of challenges and injuries throughout the year, and we released a injury report yesterday. Martez Manuel was hurt during bowl prep, and that injury is going to prevent him from being able to compete in this game, but he will recover. It was a non-surgically required injury. He just got a high ankle sprain and just didn't recover in time. Tyler Beatty has had an outstanding season for us. He has given everything he has got for Mizzou. He's had over 1,600 yards rushing, set the single season career rushing record for the University of Missouri. He's had over 300 and something yards receiving. He was named to both the unanimous Players and Associated Press All-SEC teams, multiple All-American teams, Scholar Athlete of the Year. He's a tremendous competitor. He had 5 200-yard rushing games, and just when the game was on the line, you knew he was going to be able to give his best for us. After much reflection and deliberation, his heart wants to play in this game, but as coaches, at some point, we got to step back and protect our players for their future. And so it's been my decision that we will not play Tyler Beatty in this football game. I know that if we asked him to play, he would play, and he would take every rep, just like he did against Arkansas with over 40 carries. But I cannot do that to that young man, and as a program, we're not going to do that. We thank him for all that he's done. He's been a tremendous leader and captain for our football team, and will continue to do that for us tomorrow. He will just be serving our football team in a different way. And so we're excited about the other guys' opportunities to play. But again, sometimes as a coach, you have to make decisions that are in the best interest of the young man and not necessarily in the best interest of yourself. And that's what we're going to do here. And so after talking to his parents and him, we told him of our decision, and I think he respects it. I know he respects it, and I know he knows we care about him, and we're excited for his future in the NFL. So with that, again, we're very excited to play West Point, and I'll turn it over to Coach Monken.
Thank you. Congratulations, Coach Drinkwitz and the Missouri Tigers. Gentlemen, congratulations on a great season, and we're incredibly honored to be here, excited to be here. Our guys, like everybody that plays college football at this level, I think sees the chance to play in the postseason as a real reward, and it does. It rewards those teams that have had good seasons, and what a thrill and an opportunity for our guys to play a team from the great conference of the Southeastern Conference, and our guys know what a challenge it's going to be, and what a talented football team we're going to play. We've got 4 of our captains here, fine young men. Their teammates and their classmates back at West Point have all made a pledge to serve this nation as Army officers, and for that I'm incredibly proud of them and all of their teammates. It's not easy to go to West Point. It's not easy to take on the the responsibilities and that commitment when there are a lot of places you can go to college and not have to live the regimented lifestyle that they do, and not have to promise a commitment after you're done. But it's what is remarkable about these young men and women. They believe in this country, and they believe in a life of service, and they've committed to doing that. So I'm very fortunate to coach an incredible group of young people, and they compete very hard, and they've done that all year. We haven't had a perfect season. We've won some and we lost some along the way, but our guys continue to fight and play as hard as they can, and they're really a fun group of guys to coach. Thanks to Mayor Parker, thank you to Bryant Wrangler and the staff of the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. This is an incredible experience for our guys. This is the third time that we have as a team have been to the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, Texas, since I've been at West Point, and it feels a little bit like coming home. They have taken incredible care of our team and activities, and these guys will tell you, our guys don't get a lot of downtime. You know, we're 40 miles from New York City, which is the world's greatest city, a lot of entertainment and things to do, and these guys don't get to see the streets of New York City very often, and so to be able to come on a bowl trip like this and get some downtime and be able to just spend some time away from football and away from school together is really valuable. It's great for our team building, and just great for these guys to experience that. This is a great bowl game, and we're excited to be our seniors. Actually, as freshmen, we're part of the Armed Forces Bowl. We played San Diego State here in 2017 and had a great experience. So for those guys to close out their careers here, 2018, I guess, their freshman year, 2018 against Houston, and to be able to close out their careers here is really incredible. We have over 30 seniors who will be playing their last football game of their career, and it's just exciting for them to have an opportunity one more time to play together, and they really play as a team very well. They love each other, and there's a sense of brotherhood and loyalty on this team, and a lot of it is because what they go through together at West Point, and it makes it an awfully fun team to be a part of. So we're thrilled to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, and we're looking forward to a great game tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. We'll now open it up for questions.
Emily Leiker with the Columbia Missourian. Eli, when did that conversation with Tyler Beatty happen, and then kind of a little bit more, what was his reaction to that news?
You know, we had the conversation maybe the latter parts of last week as we got into bowl prep, and then had conversations with his parents, and you know, his reaction was he is a tremendous competitor. He wanted to play and wants to play, and I knew it was weighing on his mind both ways, and I wanted to take that stress. And I say I, but we, Curtis Looper, myself, and our staff wanted to take the stress off of him and not put him in a position of having to pick between himself and his future in our football team. As a captain, I know he wanted to play, and but you know, again, as a staff, we felt like at this point we needed to do what was in his best interest after he has given so much for us and our football team.
Hey, Brian Estridge with Bowl Season Radio. For both of you, and Coach Monken, we'll start with you. The importance of playing in the state of Texas, because I know for both teams, recruiting here in the Lone Star State is vital. The importance of coming back here to Texas, and how this week helps you in that regard.
Well, Texas is maybe our most well-represented state on our team, and we've got over 30 states represented. We're really it's a national institution, and we're a national team. But Texas is a big part of you know, our program, and recruiting here is awfully important. And this is the second time this year that we've been able to come back and play in the Metroplex. We played Air Force down here earlier in the year, and to come back it's great. It's great for those guys to be home, for their family and friends to be able to be here, but also to get some exposure, and for prospects to know that we're here and here in the state of Texas. So we're really glad to be here.
Yeah, I think we have over 15 players on our roster that are from the great state of Texas, and obviously it's an emphasis in us recruiting, and so for us to have the exposure for our players to, again, to be home and to play such a quality opponent, it's very important for our future growth and what we're trying to build as a program.
Hey, Eli, just wondering with the 3-year captains now not playing, just what that week of practice has looked up with the leadership of them not playing, but what they can provide in other capacities.
Yeah, I mean, football's unforgiving game at times, and injuries occur, and or other things occur, but that's what makes football such a great game. Is the ability for other people to step up and lead, and you do have captains, but there's always other leaders on your football team. We have over 26 seniors who are going to compete in their last football game, and it means the world to them to play one more time together and to try to accomplish something that hasn't been done in a long time at Missouri, which is win a bowl game. And so I think just rallying behind those opportunities, letting our leaders like Michael Mayetti, but even Isaiah McGuire and Darius Robinson, who do a tremendous job, Blaze Aldridge, has done a really good job leading. Allie Green, who has been selfless in the past 6 weeks, battling through injury and continuing to play. We're relying on those guys to kind of carry the load for us. Barrett Bannister, Micah Wilson, those guys who have the experience to really carry the load and leadership and make sure our team is prepared and focused. I think really for us, the bye week, we had some changes on our roster and some things happened, but our team really grew together. We've had an enjoyable time practicing. Isaiah did our Mizzou Jacks the other day and provided tremendous amount of energy in getting our guys ready to practice. Because in order to play and play well, it all starts with your preparation. And our guys understand that and believe that. And, Mike and Isaiah have done a really good job of making sure our guys are preparing for such a tough task this week.
Hi, Eli. Cal McAndrew, Columbia, Missourian. Just wondering, how do you balance the want to win, the desire to win, with looking out for the future of your student athletes, as is the case with obviously Tyler Beatty here?
Yeah, I mean, everybody in this room, whether it's the captains for West Point or our football players or our coaches, we want to win in everything we do. We're competitive by nature. But sometimes you have to save people from themselves and realize that their opportunities and their futures are important for them too. I think if you truly value your team like they're your own son, sometimes you look at things a little bit differently. And I tried to sit there, or we tried to sit there and say, what if something went wrong and I had to look myself in the mirror and I couldn't do that? I just couldn't do that. But I also believe in the players that are going to replace Tyler. Dawson Downing is an outstanding football player and has contributed for 6 years. Our football team chose to come back as a COVID senior, worked his way up from a walk-on to earn a scholarship, and he'll get our start. And we really believe in Elijah Young and Michael Cox and B.J. Harris, and those 4 guys, we feel very good about being able to carry the load. They're not Tyler Beatty, but we're not going to ask them to be. We're going to ask them to be the best versions of themselves. We know that Michael Mayetti is going to do a great job up front, making sure the offensive line is leading. We've got some other people, missing, and so we've got some young guys going to have to play at the tight end position. But that's what practice is for, and that's what these opportunities are for, to prove yourself against great competition, which is what we're going to do. So I think to go back and originally answer the question, I think you just have to look at it as what would you do if that, with the amount of love and care that you have for those players. That's what you have to start with, and just leading with the heart.
Harrison Mantis, Star Telegram. Both of you guys have a lot of players on your team who are from the DFW area. I just wanted to ask you what it's like for them to play a bowl game in their hometown.
Our guys are thrilled. I think anytime we have the good fortune of playing an independent schedule, and so from year to year we get to travel to different places, different than a team that's in a conference, that you travel to the same towns, the same college town every other year. We we travel the country. And so as we get an opportunity to play in these different cities, the guys that are from those areas get really excited to play at home. And so I know for Coach Drinkwitz too, I'm sure the guys from Texas they've been talking about it all week and telling their teammates about great places to eat, and it's just fun for them. They feel a great sense of pride to come home and play in front of their family and friends, and this is a great football state. It's very important to people here, and so it's fun for everybody to come to the state of Texas, where we know football is so important, and they're doubly excited. We're playing an incredibly talented football team from what's the best conference, and people argue from other conferences, but the best conference in the country, and so what a great opportunity and a great experience for our guys to be able to come home to Texas and play a great Missouri team.
Yeah, I think Coach hit it on the head. There's just a tremendous sense of pride in coming back home and playing in front of your friends and family, and asking your other players on their team for extra tickets, and I think it's a lot of fun. Like Coach alluded to, being able to suggest restaurants and places to go and kind of be your, we call them recreational coordinators. They're coordinating the recreational time that these guys have. We had a couple of players that wanted to get off the plane and go watch state championship games on Saturday. And so, we're able to allow people to do that and really just reintegrate. Being a college athlete is hard, and it's by no means any comparison to what these fine men and women at West Point do, but for them to get a little bit of downtime and be able to be around their home and be around family, I think is very important for them.
Just a follow up real quick. What was your favorite restaurant recommendation that your players gave you?
You're asking me what my
restaurant?
Your players are recommending restaurants. Did you have a favorite one?
Yeah, good one. Put him on the spot here.
Oh.
Toughest question you got all day.
So I'm partial to the Pecan Lodge. We didn't make it over there, but I'm a barbecue fanatic. So the last time we were down here, we ordered it for the whole team. We had a snack from there, but I might still make it over there.
He's trying to get an NIL deal.
I'll take one. I could use one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jeff, Chris Mikoski, Bowl Season Radio right here. Good to see you again in Fort Worth. With Eric Smith earning the Defender of the Nation honor on a team full of amazing young men, what does he do to stand out?
Well, Eric's an outstanding player. He's one of our captains, and he's an outstanding player. Very talented. He's a physical player. Football really matters to him when he practices. He'll tell you, I get on him in practice more than I do anybody about sometimes you got to pull the reins back. I mean, I'm afraid he's going to break somebody in half over there. We got scout team guys, quarterbacks back there, and they've got 5 scout team linemen with a card being held up there, and they're trying to run a protection. He runs a blitz, and he's just a wrecking ball. But he's a great young man. He is extremely intelligent, very professional. If you have a chance to meet him, you'll know exactly what I mean. Got wonderful parents, and has a level of maturity way beyond his years. He did when we recruited him. This is a guy that when I went on a home visit, his dad took me on a tour of his basement. Eric, as a high school junior and senior, had finished their entire basement, plumbing, electric, finish work, all of it. I mean, who does that? He just incredibly mature and driven, and so to be recognized among other teams and other schools as the Defender of the Nation, I think it's just recognition of what he's meant to our team and the production he's had as a player. He's led us in tackles the last couple of years, and just really an outstanding player, an outstanding young man.
Wilson Moore, it's on. There it is. Wilson Moore, Columbia, Missouri. Eli, I'm just wondering, what have the last couple days of practice looked like, and where does your quarterback situation stand going into the game?
How come I get all the hard-hitting questions? I thought we've had good energy at practice. We've tried to keep it as normal a game week as we possibly could. Our quarterback competition has been wide open, and I think everybody has done what they can in order to be the quarterback. We're going to start Brady Cook in the game. Brady Cook has had really an outstanding past 2 weeks, whether it was the Saturdays and Sundays that we practiced during the recruiting weekends, or the way he's put himself out there to lead. And everybody competed for it, but I think for our football team right now, it's his opportunity to play, and we'll be ready if something else presents itself, but going into the game, Brady will be our starting quarterback.
Any other questions? Otherwise, before you guys leave, do you mind just introducing who you brought with? We'll start with you, Coach Drinkwitz.
Yeah, we brought our starting center, was named All SEC and an All-American by Teen Vogue. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if it was Teen Vogue, but a transfer from Rutgers that we are so excited chose to come to Mizzou, and has really been a rock for us in our football program, and an outstanding leader and a fine young man, and can't wait to see what his future becomes. Michael Mayetti. We brought our defensive end, our defensive player of the year, and a guy who's had a tremendous season for us and been Mr. Consistent throughout the year with his leadership, his quality of practice, and his play on the football field. And we look forward to him continuing to lead our program in the future and beyond. An outstanding young man from Tulsa, played his high school football at Tulsa Union, and Isaiah McGuire.
I'll start with our captains. Farthest away from me is Nolan Cockrell. He plays nose tackle for us. Was just invited to the East-West Shrine game, so we're really proud of him for that opportunity. He's from the state of Virginia, and has been just a terrific player for us. I'm really glad he's on our team. He's tough and he cares about this team as much as anybody we've got. Next is Cedric Cunningham. He's from the state of South Carolina. Starts at safety. Cedric has played a lot of football for us, and just an energetic guy that really connects with teammates across the board. Doesn't matter what position they play, just does a tremendous job with leadership. The thing about this group of guys, they're all very different, but they're all very effective as leaders. Eric Smith, who I just had a chance to talk about, is the defender of the nation. He's been a 3-year starter. He has been as productive a player as we've had at the inside linebacker position since I've been there. We've had some really good linebackers in the 8 years that I've been at Army, and I think he's the best one we've had. He's a hard hitter, really smart, processes things very well. Our coaches love coaching this guy. He is just a really good football player. And then finding Marquell Broughton. It's not common to have a junior captain at the United States Military Academy. Our academies are set up so that the most senior students lead. Our senior cadets, the cadets with the red sash, you'll see 3 of those guys have a red sash on. That's something that our new cadets, when they come in as freshmen, learn immediately. They report to the cadet in the red sash, and that's it's designed so that our most senior students, as they've grown through their career, have learned the leadership that they need to be able to lead the rest of the Corps. But Marquell is one of those rare leaders that just an incredible energy and spirit. He's a terrific player, very aggressive player from the state of Georgia. Eric, I should have mentioned, was from Maryland. But Marquell is just the inspirational leader for all of us. And what he does both on the field and off the field for our team really makes him a special leader. So it's the first time we've ever had 4 captains, and they're all defensive captains. But I let our team vote and decide who they want the captains to be. And it was clear that these guys stood out, and they're all very, very good leaders for us among a group of young men who are being trained and have come to us as leaders from their communities and their schools. So really proud of these guys here.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We will break into